Yo, YouTube, this is SCPs I would be in a fight. Me, solo, tar, only me, my brains. All right, so some stats real quick. I am 6'3", 200 pounds. Yeah, I know, pretty good stats. But we'll see how they can compare against, whatever ooga booga shit I got. I'll be honest too. From here on out, only the truth. I'm hitting this guy with a clean uppercut right there. He's not gonna see it coming.
The SCP Foundation contains thousands of anomalies, ranging from strange objects and
Thousands.
harmless curiosities to entities capable of ending human civilization.
Is this real?
While some SCPs can be contained, studied, or even
What
reasoned
the f am I looking at?
with, others are so dangerous that merely encountering them can be a death sentence. In this video, we'll be taking a look at SCPs you cannot survive.
A death sentence.
We'll examine their...
I cannot survive? Oh, you definitely cannot survive. I'm surviving a few of these. Y'all will be surprised at how resilient I am.
Appearance, behavior, abilities, and most importantly, what would realistically happen if you came in contact with them. Some kill...
What is that? Yo, is that a tampon?
Through brute force, some attack the mind. Others can erase entire populations, rewrite history, or destroy you before you even realize you're in danger.
Destroy me before I even realize I'm in danger. Well, that's not fair. We're not counting that. You can't off guard me. Like you sneak attacking me from bushes and that don't count.
Like most monsters, many of these entities aren't limited by the laws of nature. Conventional weapons often don't work. Escape is rarely an option. And in some
so I might have to hit him with the 1-2.
cases, simply knowing about the anomaly is enough to put your life at risk.
What the f that? Wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, calm down, bro. It's just a video. Relax. It's a little darker than I thought it was.
Risk. So with that being said,
are they showing me a tax machine when I get
secure containment procedures are in effect. Stay alert, and let's take a look at the SCPs you cannot survive.
Come on, I'm ready. What's up? Ooh. A picture? Come on. I'm going against better.
SCP-001, more commonly known as When Day Breaks, is not just one of the most dangerous SCPs ever documented. It's arguably one of the most hopeless apocalypse scenarios in the entire Foundation universe. Unlike most anomalies, this isn't a monster you can outrun, hide from indefinitely, or fight. The threat is the sun itself, and one of the very thing that sustains life.
Okay, so SCP-001 is the sun. So round 1 is tar against the sun. Oh, well, I've seen better odds in my day.
Becomes hostile, survival becomes almost impossible.
At
some point, for reasons still unknown, the sun underwent a catastrophic change. Its light shifted from its familiar yellow glow to a deep crimson hue, and any living organism exposed to direct sunlight began undergoing a horrific transformation. Within hours, billions of people across the planet were affected. Entire cities collapsed overnight as humanity discovered that sunlight itself had become lethal. The transformation process is perhaps the most disturbing aspect of SCP-001. Any living creature exposed to sunlight, or even moonlight reflected from the corrupted sun, begins to melt into a mass of flesh, organs, and biological material. Victims remain conscious throughout the process and eventually become instances of SCP-001-A, grotesque flesh entities that retain fragments of their former personalities. These creatures actively seek out survivors, often speaking with familiar voices and
we're gonna give this one a draw. Okay, I don't see me beating this one. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't see me beating this one. Shocker. I know, but
attempting to lure others into
I know my limits.
They frequently reassure victims that everything is fine, insisting that the sun is beautiful and that there is nothing to fear, which makes them far more dangerous than ordinary zombies.
Definitely something to fear, man.
Kill you, they're trying to make you join them. The scale and destruction of this event is very difficult to comprehend. During the first day alone, an estimated 6...
I'm still gonna be fighting though. They're gonna be join me. I'm not gonna give up.
0.8 billion people were transformed. Governments collapsed. Military forces were overwhelmed. Foundation sites fell one after another. Even many of the world's most powerful anomalies and containment systems proved incapable of stopping the spread. The few remaining survivors were forced underground into bunkers, tunnels, caves, and abandoned facilities. where they lived in constant darkness, hoping to avoid even the smallest exposure to natural light. And unfortunately, the sun itself offers.
So it's like a nuclear fallout. It's like Fallout, basically. They turned them niggas into bunkers. Yeah, Tar wasn't doing none of this. Yeah,
there's no safe escape. Unlike some traditional SCPs that can be contained within a room, a facility, or even a continent, SCP-001 encompasses the entire planet.
Yeah.
Every sunrise becomes a death
Probably
sentence.
more than that,
Every
too,
broken window becomes a threat.
The solar
even
system.
stepping outside for a few seconds can mean a fate worse than death.
Oh, yeah.
Corpses are not spared either. As dead bodies exposed to sunlight eventually join the growing biomass.
You can't even die in
the
peace.
apocalypse doesn't simply continue, it constantly expands. What makes SCP-001 especially terrifying is that humanity
What about it makes it terrifying? Tell me, inform me now. What about it now makes it terrifying? Because another shit wasn't terrifying, you know? What now?
Defeats in the original story. Survivors don't discover a cure, they don't destroy the anomaly, they don't reclaim the world. They simply endure for as long as possible while the transformed masses continue to grow.
And then they fucking die. Wow.
By the end, civilization is effectively gone, replaced by an endless world of flesh beneath a crimson sky.
Oh, okay.
So could you survive when day breaks?
I don't think so.
For a while, possibly. If you had access to an underground shelter, enough food, enough supplies, and the discipline to never expose yourself to natural light, you could potentially delay the inevitable.
Nigga,
but eventually something will run out.
You gonna become like fucking pickle.
Oxygen, hope.
And
the moment sunlight touches your skin, the fight is over. Because this isn't an SCP that hunts individuals, it's an SCP that turned the entire planet against humanity.
Yeah, no, they got that one. Next one though, you know what I'm saying? I'm keeping my optimistic. I'm keeping my shit high. I'm good. Feel me? I ain't never doubted myself. Come on now. Who next? Subject 2. Think of these hands, nigga. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. I already saw this nigga. He already gave me a sneak peek. You got it, bro. We gonna skip you. Hey, cuz, you got it. Hey, you got it, bro.
SCP-087 is one of the most infamous
anomalies. You got it, man. You win. You win,
for good
bro.
reason.
You win.
SCP-087 weaponizes something.
I don't care. You win.
Something primal. Fear of the unknown. At first glance, it appears to be nothing more than a dark concrete staircase, descending beneath a university campus. But the deeper someone travels into the structure, the more apparent it becomes that this place does not obey the normal laws of reality. The anomaly consists of an unlit staircase that descends endlessly into darkness.
Why can't we light it up? We don't got lights?
Every 13 steps leads to a small platform before the staircase
and why is his space lit up like that?
Continues downward. No matter how far explorers descend, they never seem to reach the bottom. Even more disturbing are the sounds that echo from below. Throughout every documented exploration, personnel reported hearing cries of what sounds like a distressed child somewhere deep within the darkness.
Why would you go deeper
The voice constantly appears just out of reach, estimated to be only a few hundred meters below the explorer. Yet no amount of descent ever brings them any closer to its source. Whether the cries belong to an actual child or something attempting to lure victims deeper into the stairwell remains unknown. Lurking within SCP-087 is SCP-087.
Wait, hold on though. Is it just a ghost? I'll be honest, bro. The more he's talking about this, the more I'm getting more convinced I can take this nigga. Can you send me 200 real quick? I'm trying to get something to eat. Yo, bro.
SCP-087-1 appears as nothing more than a pale human face floating within the darkness. It possesses no visible pupils, nostrils, or
is that it?
And despite extensive
Let me know if I throw this
no other part of its body has ever been seen. Even when powerful lights are directed toward it, explorers only ever observe the face itself, as though the rest of the entity either doesn't exist or remains hidden beyond perception. What makes SCP-087-1 truly terrifying is its behavior. In some encounters, it simply watches from the darkness, silently staring at explorers as they descend. In others, it becomes openly hostile, suddenly lunging from the darkness or chasing victims through the stairwell. Those who encounter SCP-087-1 often experience overwhelming fear, panic, paranoia, and mental deterioration. Communication equipment is frequently dropped or abandoned as personnel desperately
So he's one of those guys where like you defusing a Valorant and he just jumping around the corner and shit. He's not even shooting. He just jumping. He's trying to make you stop defusing. He's just trying to make you crazy. Bro. I don't. I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna do to him. I don't know. I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
To flee.
I don't know.
Several individuals who entered SCP-087 never returned, and while the Foundation cannot conclusively prove SCP-087-1
they never
was
returned.
responsible,
Like how many people came
many
back?
Suspect the entities directly linked to these disappearances. Even survivors don't emerge unscathed.
Survivors? Oh yeah, I'm good then. Regular niggas winning? Yeah, we good.
Personnel who successfully escaped SCP-087 often suffer lasting psychological trauma, extreme exhaustion, anxiety, and reoccurring fear associated with the staircase.
That last one was.
Disturbingly, SCP-087-1 appears aware of those observing it. During multiple explorations, the entity was seen staring directly into abandoned cameras and recording equipment.
Hell no.
Almost as if it understood it was being watched. And this is where survival becomes incredibly unlikely. Unlike many SCPs that can be escaped through speed, intelligence, or preparation, SCP-087 offers no obvious way to win. The staircase appears endless, the child can never be reached, and SCP-087-1 may be waiting around any corner. Every step downward increases the chance of encountering an entity that the Foundation still does not understand. Whether SCP-087-1 is a predator, a guardian, or something even worse remains unknown. Perhaps the most unsettling detail is that even the Foundation eventually gave up trying to understand it. Following the final exploration, all further access was prohibited. Chances are you're already involved with the Foundation in some capacity.
Stop playing with me, boy.
More specifically, you'd likely be a D-class personnel selected for exploration. And if that's the case, your chances of simply turning around and leaving are slim to none. The Foundation isn't going to send you into a stairwell just to change its mind. Once you're chosen to descend, you're expected to continue the exploration regardless of the risk. That means willingly entering an anomaly known for causing severe psychological trauma, unexplained disappearances, and repeated encounters with SCP-087-1. At that point, survival is no longer just about escaping the staircase, it's about surviving the Foundation.
He needs some of that face lotion. His face is a little dry. I'm not gonna him clean on his jaw. I'll take that one. So like 1 and 1. It's a little easier than I thought.
SCP-610, commonly known as the Flesh That Hates, is potentially the most horrifying biological anomalies in the entire SCP Foundation. Unlike many SCPs that kill quickly or rely on supernatural abilities, SCP-610 is far more insidious. It spreads like a disease, transforms its victims into grotesque flesh abominations, and has the potential to consume entire regions if left unchecked. In fact, the anomaly became so dangerous that the Foundation abandoned any hope of true containment, and instead adopted a scorched earth policy to prevent it from spreading beyond its current borders. The infection was first discovered in remote regions of Siberia, near Lake Baikal, after a series of disappearances drew the attention of both local authorities and eventually the Russian government. By the time the Foundation arrived, entire settlements had already been consumed.
Okay, I've heard enough. You guys got this one, bro. I don't think I got anything for this one. One time I had the flu, almost took me on my ass, bro. Almost knocked her out this earth. So this probably will kill me. Hey, bro, at 2 and 1. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Next one we might get. You know.
What initially appears to be a simple skin condition quickly develops into something. Next one we might get. Victims begin experiencing rashes,
it's looking up for us.
And skin sensitivity before
he said this was the worst one.
Spreading across the body.
By the way, I'm not sure what the fuck I've been looking at on my screen this whole time. Nigga, is that slice of pizza? I don't know. I'll tell you, bro. I don't know what I'm looking at, bro. Yo, I'm so confused.
Within hours, the infection completely overtakes the victim, and that's where the real nightmare begins. Once SCP-610 finishes infecting a host, the victim technically dies. Their vital functions cease entirely for several minutes, before suddenly restarting at an accelerated rate. The infected individual then becomes undergoing
Okay, just to let you know, a piece of like dust fell from the ceiling, and I just like the way I just like flinched and tried to like run away from it was the most like bitch made shit I've ever seen on this like webcam, and I'm sorry you had to see that. If you did see that, because I'm cutting out the YouTube video. I did not give a fuck. Nobody's seeing that on my will.
Horrific mutations as the flesh develops a life of its own. Extra limbs emerge from the body, bones distort, organs shift, and entire sections of flesh split open to create new growths.
Okay,
every
so turn my nigga into a cockroach.
Mutates differently, making encounters with SCP-610 unpredictable and uniquely disturbing. What makes SCP-610 dangerous is how aggressive it spreads.
What am I even looking
Infected
at?
individuals actively seek out victims and
at.
attempt to infect them through physical contact.
What am I looking at?
Still, Many victims retain enough of their human instincts during those early stages to seek out
How am I gonna know? I don't even know what to punch.
unknowingly spreading the infection to
others. You shouldn't do that, actually. That would fucking...
identified and may have already spread.
Yeah, I'll fucking punch and then I'm gonna put my fist back and my fist is gonna be like Luffy, bro. She's gonna stretch. It's not coming back now. It's not coming back now. It's gone forever.
An entire community.
I ain't giving that shit back. That arm is gone forever. How did I stop the sound effect before it could even go? Yo, I'm tough.
Arguably even worse. Some infected eventually stop moving altogether and permanently anchor themselves to a chosen location. At this point, their bodies begin spreading fleshy growths across the surrounding environment, converting buildings, roads, vegetation, and entire settlements into living biological structures. These infected zones become breeding grounds for further growth, transforming entire regions into sprawling landscapes of flesh and organic matter. And unfortunately, conventional survival tactics are almost useless. The Foundation's containment procedures make it very clear how dangerous this anomaly is. Anyone who comes into direct physical contact with SCP-610...
Because I already know I lost, so it's like...
...and is immediately marked for termination. Individuals who merely approach infected subjects are quarantined and examined remotely. Even air samples collected from heavily infected regions have contained particle matter capable of spreading the anomaly under the right conditions. The Foundation's official response is...
Wait, so just to get out, it's just over. It's GG's.
And quarantine or rehabilitation. It's extermination.
It's like Ebola extreme.
Any infected organism is immediately destroyed using firearms and incendiary weapons from the greatest possible distance. Entire infected settlements still exist within the containment zone, populated by countless mutated organisms, roaming among massive flesh-covered structures. Beneath these settlements lie enormous cavern systems filled with even more growths. Areas so dangerous that exploration attempts frequently end in disaster. The Foundation self-admits.
So my nigga put himself in a bowl? That's what I'm trying to find hard to believe. My nigga put himself in a bowl? My nigga became Laffy Taffy? Like who put the little sausages? Who put the little wieners?
It's that fully containing 6
Let's ask some questions.
Impossible.
Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt. Ask questions.
And that isolation is the only reason the anomaly has not spread further. If you're bitten, touched, contaminated, or exposed long enough for the infection to take hold, your chance of survival effectively drop to 0. Because
if I get bit by someone that looks like this, bro, you blowing my
to another weapon in its endless expansion.
All right. Good old-fashioned hands. Let's see how we can do it this time. This 0.3 is not that bad. Let me see. Bro, come on, bro. Bro, let's be real, bro. I'm beating the fuck out of slide, bro. I mean, it's hush. I'm beating the fuck out of this slide, nigga. What? A slide, nigga? Bro, a slide. Come on, bro. Last time I lost to a slide, I was 3 years old. I went down the slide, a bee stung me. They had to tag team my bitch ass to beat me. Come on, bro. I'm not losing to you twice.
SCP-1562 appears to be an ordinary metal playground slide measuring just over 2 meters tall.
It does look like that.
It was recovered from an abandoned playground after multiple children disappeared under unexplained circumstances.
They could have gotten lost.
At first glance, there's nothing unusual about the object. And for most people, it behaves exactly like a normal playground slide.
Okay.
Its anomalous properties only manifest under very specific conditions.
Like what?
To trigger the anomaly, an individual must slide down head first on their stomach with their arms tucked tightly against their sides.
This is gonna kill me. What if I just don't do it? What if I just go down the slide like, hey, put that shit back in the park, nigga? We good. Them little kids dumb as shit. I don't know why they was doing that in the first place. Hey, we good. We win this.
Any other position produces no effect. When these conditions are met, the individual will instantly vanish approximately 15 centimeters before reaching the end of the slide. There's no flash of light, no sound, and no visible transition.
Thanos snapped out of here.
Is present, and the next they are gone.
Foundation
Foundation personnel attempted numerous recovery procedures. Test subjects were attached to ropes and safety lines before entering the slide, but every tether was cleanly severed the instant the subject disappeared. Additional experiments involving tracking equipment, cameras, lights, and communication devices produced equally limited results. While radio contact was initially possible with some subjects after their disappearance, no method of physically retrieving them has ever been successful. The most disturbing information comes from the recovered communications. Individuals transported by SCP-1562 describe finding themselves trapped inside extremely narrow tunnels.
So they get sent to the back rooms because they wanted to go down the slide with their butt to it in the air. Smacking the shit out of the slide, yo. Smacking the dog. Yo, like, hush, 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 hush. 2-2.
The passages were so cramped that the subjects could barely move, often remaining pinned
2-2. That's a score, nigga. Sorry, that was so mean. I'll be nicer.
Head first, with little room to raise their heads, move their arms, or turn around. Complete darkness surrounded them, making it impossible to determine how large the tunnel system truly was or whether any exit existed. During one exploration, a second subject was sent through SCP-1562 in an attempt to locate an earlier missing individual. After making contact, researchers discovered something was seriously wrong. The first subject appeared to be repeating entire conversations word for word from a previous transmission, responding to questions that had not yet been asked, and reciting dialogue exactly as it had occurred during the earlier exploration. At first, this was assumed to be panic or confusion, but it quickly became apparent that the responses were not natural. The subject continued repeating events that had already happened, almost as though a recording was playing back through the tunnel. The anomalous behavior became even stranger as the repeated dialogue progressed beyond the point where communication had originally ended. The voice began describing encounters that had never been documented before, including a small child somewhere within the darkness. According to the transmission, the child repeatedly asked where he was, failed to respond appropriately to answers, and behaved as though he...
Yo, I'm like tapped in listening to this shit. Yo, it's scary as shit, bro. What the fuck? Yo, I gotta beat this slide up just cuz, bro. I don't want no one to go through that.
Could neither properly hear nor understand the person speaking to him. The interaction ended with the child screaming and crying before abruptly falling silent. Additional oddities were reported throughout the exploration. The second subject physically located what appeared to be the first missing explorer, yet his behavior did not match that of a normal person.
That's why I'm not gonna do it. Let's do it. Come on, bro. What's next? I'm ready for anything. It's 2 and 2. I'm trying to get this dub. I'm trying to end this video with a dub. I'm not ending this video with a dub. I played the game on Roblox. I know what this is. I'm not winning.
Please leave the building.
I know there's a way to win.
SCP-3008 appears to be an ordinary IKEA store from the outside. The building itself is completely normal, and individuals can enter through the main entrance without noticing anything unusual. The anomaly only manifests once a person loses sight of the entrance. At that point, they are unknowingly transported into SCP-3008-1, an immense interior space resembling an IKEA showroom. Initially, most people do not realize anything has happened. The furniture displays, signs, and store layout appear completely normal. It is only when an individual attempts to return to the entrance that the anomaly becomes apparent.
If I ever see something like this in front of me, bro, I am shitting myself, bro. I'm shitting myself, pissing myself. I'm spitting all over the place. It doesn't matter, bro. Cause I'm about to get fucking clean swiped. You think about it? Yo, one punch from this nigga sending me across the map. However, he does not want to feel one of those uppercuts. I'm telling you, they are vicious.
SCP-3008-2. These humanoid figures resemble IKEA employees, wearing yellow shirts and blue trousers consistent with the store's uniform. Their proportions...
Actually, I don't know about this one. I feel like I might be able to... If it's a lot of them, though, so yeah, I'll get tired.
Are often abnormal, with limbs, torsos, and heights varying significantly from normal human anatomy. Most notably, they possess no facial features whatsoever.
They're mannequins.
During daylight hours, SCP-3008-... Many survivors reported spending months or even years wandering the endless store before finding a way out.
Years before finding a way out? Oh, no. Yeah. They got me in a day. 208. Didn't we just do this? Back again. Come on now. Who is it? Batman, nigga? Who the fuck? Bro, it's not even fun no more.
SCP-3456 is a recurring anomalous phenomenon associated with war zones.
They beating the fuck out of me.
Terrorist attacks, natural disasters, and other large-scale tragedies. Unlike some SCP entities that remain confined to specific locations, SCP-3456 appears wherever large amounts of human suffering occur. Historical records suggest manifestations have taken place throughout the 19th, 20th...
So if I just stay away from humans... Hey, I never said I had to fight fair.
...and 21st centuries, often coinciding with some of humanity's most devastating events. Instances resemble grotesque horse creatures with translucent skin, elongated limbs, and one or more human torsos fused directly into their backs. These human-like bodies possess oversized arms that drag along the ground as the entity moves, ending in sharpened bone digits rather than fingers.
So
their appearance varies considerably between manifestations,
Horseman of the Apocalypse?
with some standing only a few meters tall, while the largest recorded instance exceeded 30 meters in height. Witnesses frequently report hearing high-pitched screams emitted from the humanoid heads, often before the entity itself becomes visible.
Grim Reaper.
Conventional weapons have proven ineffective against SCP-3456. military engagements involving the entities have consistently failed to inflict meaningful damage, regardless of the
I'm
weapons
dead as
employed.
hell, bro.
Foundation records indicate that direct confrontation rarely produces favorable results,
Oh yeah,
and often
that's all I need to hear, bro. You gotta say nothing else.
SCP-3456 presents an unusual survival scenario. Escaping the initial manifestation is possible. Surviving the aftermath is considerably more difficult. Once observed, the entity does not simply lose interest and disappear. It remembers, it follows, and according to available records, it continues returning until it either captures its target or can no longer reach them.
Yeah, I'm cooked on this guy. He's stampeding my bitch ass off a cliff or something. However, what I'm not seeing is me losing to this guy. Let's go. 4.6. That's the best shit we got today. Let's go. Give me another slide or another object or something, bro. Let me beat a cardboard box or something. What's that?
SCP-4975 is a humanoid predatory entity believed to originate from Germany, where records and folklore concerning it date back several centuries. Numerous historical accounts, artistic depictions, and nursery rhymes appear to reference the anomaly, suggesting that encounters with SCP-4975 have been occurring since at least the 16th century. Despite being physically contained by the
He don't look that
Foundation,
tough.
reports matching its behavior continue to occur throughout its region of origin. Initially, researchers questioned whether additional instances existed, but later investigations suggest a far more
He's got
disturbing
that flamingo
possibility.
neck.
The creature
Gotta watch
possesses a
out for the
thin,
length, that's
elongated
cool.
body with several avian characteristics, most notably a large beak and an unnaturally long neck. Its skin appears hardened and leathery, while its limbs taper into indistinct extremities lacking recognizable fingers or toes. The most unusual aspect of its anatomy is its neck. Rather than functioning like a normal vertebral column, each vertebra appears capable of moving independently. SCP-4975 continuously rotates these vertebrae one at a time. For most victims, the sound serves as the first, producing a distinct clicking or cracking sound. For most victims, the sound serves as the first sign that something is wrong. Individuals targeted by SCP-4975 frequently report hearing a rhythmic clicking sound for weeks or even months before an attack occurs.
So he like,
at first the sound,
I'm not gonna lie, I'm beating the fuck out of this thing. That's all it does. It's like the Predator from Alien vs Predator. You getting your shit curve stomped, my boy.
is often dismissed as environmental noise or auditory hallucination. As time passes, however, the clicking becomes increasingly persistent. Witnesses also report feelings of being watched, glimpse of movement in the distance, and the growing certainty that something is following them. Foundation investigations indicate that SCP-4975 may stalk a chosen victim for extended periods of time before attacking. In some documented cases, this surveillance lasted nearly a year. During this period, the entity appears content to observe its target, setting routines and behavior while remaining largely unseen. Reports suggest that it is highly intelligent and capable of planning ambushes, manipulating its environment, and deliberately increasing a victim's sense of paranoia and isolation. A consistent detail appears throughout every encounter. The clicking continues for as long as the victim remains alive. Then it stops. Foundation records indicate that SCP-4975 ceases rotating its neck immediately before an attack. Several historical accounts and folk stories reference this behavior, often describing the sudden...
Yeah, I'll be honest, bro. The depictions and stuff is making me think I can't take it, but like, bro, it's just like, that's like one uppercut sent this nigga's neck like wobbling, like, bro, it's bouncing like a slinky. Come on. Mod's always good. Whoa, that's not good. Never know though. Never say never. Ladies and gentlemen, look like Tar is taking a W today.
SCP-6448, more commonly known throughout Appalachian folklore as the knot deer, is an anomalous branch of the deer family found throughout the Appalachian region of North America. While many people dismiss sightings as misidentified wildlife, disease, or local legends, Foundation records indicate that these entities are both highly intelligent and potentially sapient. Reports of encounters date back to at least 1947, though local stories suggest they may have been known for far longer. At first glance, SCP-6448 resembles an ordinary deer. Upon closer inspection, however, the differences become important.
I'm talking about the SCP, not like an actual deer. Obviously, the deer is the SCP in the question, not this deer. I hope he's doing okay. He's probably not alive. Well, I'm just being realistic. Yeah, he's probably alive. I'll just say he's alive. Sorry, that was morbid. I just started the video. Yeah. What the hell are you looking at, dude? Camera's over there. Sorry. Second time doing that. Last time.
Possible to ignore. Instances often possess backward bending legs, bloated or emaciated bodies, forward-facing eyes, eyes belonging to other animals, unnatural movements, and severe bodily deformities. Some have been observed walking on their hind legs for extended periods, while others move in a jerky and unnatural manner.
They jerking.
SCP-6448 instances are known to observe, stalk, and pursue people for hours, days, or even longer. Victims frequently report the sensation of being watched while traveling through forests, particularly at night or at dusk when alone. In some cases, SCP-6448 has followed individuals back to their home, where it has been known to steal food, weapons, tools, and personal belongings.
So you like a rack tools? How they don't even have
Foundation investigations have documented home invasions involving missing firearms, knives, and other objects, often with little or no
imagine the deer come to your house and shoot you. Nah, bro.
Physical evidence left behind. One of the most dangerous aspects of SCP-6448 is its reaction to recognition. Foundation.
So they gonna see me and they'll be like, "Hey, bro, I saw you yesterday." But I wasn't talking to nobody yesterday.
Records and you indicate they're directly acknowledging in instances on.
See, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I would have known off that unless he pretended to be a deer and hop in my car and run me over on accident. Well, actually, he probably wouldn't because he's a fucking evil deer. Because he's SCP-6448 evil deer guy.
Anomalous traits, while alone in the wilderness, consistently results in a hostile response and will always result in termination. Individuals who notice a backward joint, human-like eyes, unusual posture, or other abnormalities and react to them often disappear shortly after.
Okay, so you gotta play incognito Among Us with this nigga.
Numerous emergency calls document victims describing malformed deer moments before communication abruptly ends. The entities have also demonstrated behaviors that are difficult to explain through conventional biology. Witnesses have reported hearing their own names called from deep within forests, often in unfamiliar voices. Others describe whistling, coughing, whispering, human screams, and...
Alright, bro, you screaming at me and shit, bro. You got it, bro. Deer, you got it. Hey, deer, you got it, bro. You got it, bro. So that's... The deer beat us. We lost.